Disney films are known for their light-hearted themes and happy endings, but they also tackle difficult topics that can tug at our heartstrings. We're diving into the top 10 most shocking and emotional deaths that have left a lasting mark on the Disney fandom. At number 10, Ursula's gruesome end in The Little Mermaid. Ursula, the villainous sea witch in Disney's The Little Mermaid, is never portrayed as a sympathetic character. Her deal with Ariel is fraught with danger from the start, and her sinister lair filled with pet eels only adds to her menacing aura. Upon obtaining King Triton's trident, Ursula reveals her true intentions as she transforms into a massive monster and threatens to unleash a watery apocalypse. However, Ursula's hubris proves to be her downfall, as she fails to notice Prince Eric approaching with the sharp bow of his ship. This leads to her being violently impaled, and a final bolt of lightning finishes her off in a surprisingly gruesome scene for a children's movie. This dark turn of events concludes The Little Mermaid on an unexpectedly intense note. At number 9, the evil queen's fatal fall in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. In Disney's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the evil queen is willing to go to any lengths to eliminate Snow White, ironically destroying her own beauty in the process. She arrives at the Seven Dwarfs' forest cottage, gleefully offering her stepdaughter a magic wishing apple. Unaware of the queen's true intentions, Snow White takes a bite and falls into a deep coma. Before the queen can make her escape, the dwarfs pursue her to a rain-soaked cliff's edge, where she tries to crush them with a nearby boulder. However, fate intervenes, and she plummets off the cliff, followed by the boulder. This gruesome demise serves as a shocking end for the iconic villain. At number 8, Bing Bong's heartbreaking disappearance in Inside Out. Although Bing Bong may not exist in the real world, his belief in his own existence makes his fate in Inside Out particularly emotional. He joins joy and sadness on the train of thought as they race against time to reach headquarters before their essences are lost forever. Bing Bong is already fading from Riley's memory, and in a final act of courage, he uses the last of his strength to save Joy from the memory dump. As he disappears, Bing Bong asks his friends to take Riley to the moon for him. The loss of this lovable pink elephant, despite his inevitable fate, is a truly heart-wrenching moment in the film. At number 7, the tragic end of Agnar and Aduna in Frozen. Elsa and Anna grow up under the loving care of their parents, King Agnar and Queen Aduna, who provide them with love, support, and guidance. After Elsa's accident, Agnar tries to help her control her powers by advising her to conceal it. Don't feel it, don't let it show. The family lives together in relative harmony until Agnar and Aduna set out on a sea voyage, unaware that it would be their last. Unbeknownst to them, the malevolent Malisa conjures a devastating storm that claims the lives of the King and Queen of Arendelle, leaving Elsa and Anna to face the world without their parents. At number 6, Hector Rivera's betrayal and death in Coco. In the land of the dead, Hector has no recollection of his death, only a vague memory of possibly choking on a chorizo, which becomes a running joke among the other souls. However, the reality is far more sinister. Hector decides to leave his musical partnership with the untalented Ernesto de la Cruz, choosing to prioritize his wife and daughter's happiness over his successful career. In a cruel twist of fate, the villainous Ernesto secretly poisons Hector's drink to seize control of Hector's exceptional musical compositions. This tragic end is further compounded by the fact that his wife, Imelda, rejects his attempts to reconnect with her for decades after her own death. At number 5, Frollo's brutal murder of Quasimodo's mother in The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Claude Frollo leads a ruthless attack on a group of innocent Roma seeking safe passage into Paris. Amidst the chaos, he spots a woman carrying a cloth-covered bundle and pursues her, suspecting her of concealing illicit goods. The woman desperately tries to find refuge in Notre Dame Cathedral but is ultimately unable to evade Frollo's wrath. He snatches the bundle from her grasp and kicks her with such force that she fatally hits her head on the stone steps. Frollo nearly kills the infant Quasimodo as well, but the archdeacon intervenes just in time, sparing the child's life. At number 4, the tragic fate of Coral and her offspring in Finding Nemo. Coral and Marlin lead a blissful life in their cozy anemone home. The clownfish couple eagerly anticipates the arrival of their offspring, lovingly tending to their clutch of eggs. Their happiness is abruptly shattered when a menacing barracuda, a formidable ocean predator, appears on the scene. Marlin urges Coral to seek safety in their anemone, but her maternal instincts drive her to defend her unhatched young. Despite Marlin's valiant efforts to shield his family, tragedy strikes as the barracuda devours Coral and nearly all of her eggs. Miraculously, one egg survives the attack and eventually hatches into the fish we come to know as Nemo. At number 3, the heartbreaking loss of Bambi's mother in Bambi. Bambi's peaceful life takes a tragic turn when he learns about the terrible things humans can do to the innocent creatures of the world. Despite his mother's warnings, Bambi is caught off guard and is devastated when his mother is killed by a hunter. Barely escaping the ordeal, Bambi is left to grapple with the harsh reality that he will never again share joyful moments with his mother in the forest they once called home. Although his father steps in to care for him, Bambi's heartache lingers for a long time, serving as a poignant reminder of the loss he has experienced. At number 2, Scar's betrayal and Mufasa's demise in The Lion King. Mufasa has always been cautious of his younger brother Scar's ambitions, but concern for his son and heir, Simba, distracts him from the looming threat. When informed of the stampede in the gorge, Mufasa rushes to save Simba, successfully rescuing him from danger. In a critical moment, Mufasa makes the fatal error of trusting Scar, giving his scheming brother the opportunity to fulfill his darkest desire. Scar coldly mocks Mufasa before sending him to his death in the midst of the wildebeest stampede, forever changing the lives of Simba and the entire Pride Rock Kingdom. At number 1, Ellie's heartbreaking passing in up. Carl and Ellie's bond is unbreakable from the tender age of 8, united by their dream of adventuring in South America. They build a life together, with Ellie working as a zookeeper and Carl selling balloons to children. Their marriage faces its first major challenge with a miscarriage, but their love endures, and they grow stronger as a couple. As they age, Ellie's health declines, confining her to bed. Carl remains hopeful and prays for his wife's recovery, but sadly, she passes away. The opening moments of Up are a poignant and deeply moving portrayal of love and loss, making it one of the most emotional scenes in animated film history. And that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, consider subscribing to the channel, it really helps a lot.